These are stories about murder.
Could there be a hidden clue?
Things that are exceptionally alarming.
Like what?
Just alarming things.
Because he's at the bottom of the ocean, every little sound is intensely magnified. He hears animals eating his friends and crewmates.
Oh my God. Instead of scattering ashes, he had simply dumped them in the parking lot. In Germany, before a royal court.
Thought she was Polish.
No, the magician is Polish.
This is 3 Shots In.
And today, we're talking about...
Hi, welcome back to 3 Shots In. My name is Jess. And that's Jake right over there.
Jessica, shut up. Let me answer for myself.
Well, you were so quiet. You were feeling shy.
I was just thinking about how stupid you are. Anyway, this is episode 16, and we're talking all about the hunt.
Helen Hunt.
Helen Hunt and her beat face.
Aw, mean.
Shut up. No, hunting and hunt and hunters. All of them. We're talking about them.
Yes. Just as an emergency is happening outside.
Someone probably passed out after seeing Helen Hunt in the movie I See You.
She's really not that bad.
Bro, she's bad.
She's not.
It's really bad. Thank you all for joining us this time that you are listening. But an even bigger thank you to the ones of you that matter the most.
The ones that give us money.
That would be our beautiful patrons.
We love you so much.
You guys are the
make our
best.
hearts and our wallets so full.
It's throbbing. They're so full.
Packed.
Just girthy wallets thanks to you.
Waiting to explode. What?
I don't know. I feel like that was the line.
Yeah, I found it.
I think you found the line. You didn't necessarily cross it, but we
Okay.
got to it.
Well,
So,
that's a good thing.
yeah.
Now
Now we know.
Exactly.
Now we know.
Right.
Shots today. We had shots of the wonderful El Jimador Tequila Reposado.
We did.
It is
Yes.
hecho in Mexico.
That means made.
Made in Mexico. Why am I holding it?
I don't know.
Well, I'm not anymore.
Maybe it's because there's a camera rolling.
Oh my God. Are we trying to get up on them reels? Trying to get famous up in here? Mm-hmm. I think so. Drinks. So I have a Bush Light.
You've got a big old bush over there.
Big old Bush Light in my hands as we speak. And I'm going to take a sip of it while Jessica talks about what she's got over there.
I mixed for myself a Bloody Mary with a secret ingredient, jalapeno juice.
Is that what that was that you poured into it? Mm-hmm. From like the can?
Yeah, I did.
The like carrot and jalapeno mixture
and the
thing?
onion. It's so like sour, but super spicy. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm not a fan of tomato juices
Right.
and stuff like that, or clam juices.
You're not a clam guy.
I don't like the connotation that comes with that.
The connotation?
No, not the connotation.
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did. Sorry, I just assumed because... Oh my God, we're on camera and I can't say these things anymore.
Yes, you can. You can call me a cunt.
Yeah, you're a cunt. Anyway, updates. You got anything you want to update everyone about?
I don't think I have anything I need to update, except that this studio is looking fantastic and clean.
It is. We did an excellent job.
Yeah. The only thing we have left to do is to put more things on these walls because they're looking a little sparse.
Yeah, looking a little barren.
That's okay, though. We'll get there. What about you?
I mean, I don't really got shit as far as update. I'm playing a lot of Overwatch 2 lately.
Is that fun?
It's fun when you're drunk. And I'm really not that good. Like, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Probably better than the normal person, but like not that great. But I play competitive games.
Okay.
And usually I get drunk as I'm playing it. And so I get worse and worse as every game goes by. But like I'm still playing in like the higher level leagues. Not quite the highest, but like, you know, I'm up there. I'm like the gold, platinums and shit. And people get really angry.
Because you're playing so shittily.
Because I'm playing just terribly.
That is fun.
Yeah, it's a blast.
I
I'm
used to-
sure I get reported all the time because there was a minute there where I like wasn't allowed to re-up for a new game for like 5 minutes.
That's crazy.
Because I think people reported me.
How could they report you?
I don't know.
For just being bad?
For not being good. I don't know.
That's so stupid. Yeah, I used to like to get drunk and play Rocket League.
It's fun.
I had a lot of fun getting drunk and playing Rocket League. I was not worse when I got drunk. It was like this weird, like I feel like my sober playing was very even. Rocket League, for those of you who don't know, by the way, is it's a super childish game. It's very arcade-like.
It's badass.
Oh, I have a blast with it. I love it so much. But
It's soccer, but with cars.
it's literally a giant soccer ball in the video game, and you're driving around cars with rockets on the back of it, trying to knock the soccer ball into the other team's goal.
And big explosions happen.
And huge, enormous explosions happen.
You know, like shot goes to the goal and
Nice.
bush light. Whoa.
Anyway, I feel like my playing when I was sober was very even. You know, I didn't really have a super bad round, but I also never really had a super good one.
Because you never took the risks that
But
drunk
I
Jess
always
would take.
played well. Then I got drunk, and 30% of the time, I played like absolute shit. But 70 to 60% of the time, I was just destroying people.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's always exciting.
It was a great time.
Yeah, I remember me, you, and Terry would play online against people. And I feel like either we would annihilate or get absolutely crushed. Like there were no close games.
That's what made it so fun, is we could all just laugh anyway.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Well, because when it got to the point where we were losing so bad, we would just decide, fuck it, and just start kamikazing into other people's cars.
Yeah.
Because it was like, well, if I can't win, I might as well make you angry. Mm-hmm. Which is always fun.
It's a sound strategy, honestly.
It is. It was fun. I had a blast. Well, it is. Those updates are done, and it's time for the wheel spin. So spin that giant wheel.
I shall. This is embarrassing.
It was a good spin on that wheel.
To those of you on the camera, stay quiet.
Yeah. Shut up. Anyway, so the wheel landed on. You're on the hit reality TV show Alone.
I love Alone.
I know. What's your main source of food? So I think this is asking like, what would you hunt?
Okay,
Or would you even hunt?
I would.
Because plenty of people just survive off of plants and their own fat.
They just starve.
They just starve.
I feel like it'd be fish for me.
Fish.
Fish.
I feel like that would be the safest bet, just because I feel like that's the easiest to catch.
This might not be a super exciting question for people who have not watched the series.
Okay, well, I mean, you could have swapped it out for the hit reality TV show Survivor. Like, what would you eat? Like, probably gourmet meals, because I would win all the challenges, you know?
Oh, okay.
Oh, so I would be eating 5-star meals every single fucking day.
I don't know that I'd be able to do it. I just know my goal would be to establish like fish as often as I possibly could.
Okay, let's rephrase the question. You're in the middle of fucking nowhere. Okay? But for some reason, you have a pack of like tools that you can use for survival. What do you eat? You said fish. I think fish is the easiest to do. Like, or not the easiest, but like the simplest.
You can hunt for them passively. You can
Like,
just put lines out. or
Obviously,
nets.
snares are the way to go. I don't know how to make one, though.
You'd be a trapper, you think?
I don't know how to make one. So if I knew how, then of course. Because those, you just set them up and you leave them. And you walk by every day and just take a little glance
Take a little peek.
and see, oh, do I got a rabbit or not? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's it.
So you would, is that your answer then? You would be trapping small game?
Oh, I'm not hunting shit.
But you have to pick something to hunt.
Okay. Bunnies. I'm eating bunnies.
So then the answer to my question was yes?
Yes. Fuck you. Jesus.
I'm just asking what you would do.
Whatever. Fish eater. little fish girl.
You don't like them fishy?
No, I don't like them fishy.
You prefer them long?
Are you talking about genitals?
No. Oh my God, Jacob. What are you thinking?
You're gross. And I hate you.
We call that a Freudian slip.
It's not. You were implying.
I was not implying
It's
at all.
not Freudian to read a person's implication.
Rabbits have long feet, long ears. You know what doesn't have either of those? Fish. You don't like them fishy. You like them long and stiff. Am I wrong? There is no implication. You're
Whatever.
crazy.
Whatever. You'd be one of those people that you're on alone, and I would wish that you get dysentery.
Move on. This conversation is over.
Whatever. Well, shut up, whore. It's your turn. You're up first talking about Hunt. The Hunt cunt. That's you. God.
Well, shut up, whore. Okay. Well, I took this topic very literally.
Yeah.
I looked up hunting.
Helen Hunt. The life of Helen Hunt.
No. Hunting stories. But, you know, I'm a sucker for the creepy aspect of things. So I looked for creepy hunting stories, and I did find a nice collection of them on Reddit.
Creepy, like ghostly? Or like alien-y?
So
Or like I'm being watched-y?
Maybe. My thought initially was that I might find something like that. And instead I found things I wasn't expecting and things that were not quite as spooky. It was more based in reality, things that definitely could happen to absolutely anyone.
Okay.
But were terrifying anyway. Basically, I could imagine you shitting yourself in most of these situations.
Okay.
Okay. We begin with the very first one that I found. Did I bump it? Did I bump my drink?
You were getting real close.
Could
I was
you
getting
hear
scared.
my little ice cubes tinkling? Is that why you moved it?
Yeah, I got scared.
That I was going to spill it?
Yes. No, Jessica. What, that you were going to get some condensation on your fucking sleeve? That's why I was scared?
I don't know. I didn't even touch it.
Dumb. You were going to spill your drink and I saved you.
I hadn't even touched the glass.
I saved you.
Mom, calm down. Anyway, I'm going to read them verbatim because it's Reddit. So it's people sending in their own personal stories.
Yeah.
And here we go. This is a little weird, but a good story. We are grouse hunting. Were grouse hunting last year, early in the year. We went to a trail we'd hit the year before. As we were new to the area, we're still exploring. Turns out they clear cut the whole thing. There's no more woods there. We're still in a state forest, so we hop back in the car and we decide, screw it, let's just park here and wander around in the woods. Mind you, there are no trails, no parking spots, no cars, no signage, no houses for miles. We're out in the middle of nowhere, between Duluth and Ely, Minnesota, or Ellie, Minnesota. We're probably coming up on a mile into the woods, just brush, bustling with our GPS so that we don't die, and out of nowhere, a dog runs out in front of me. I'm thinking, what the hell is a dog doing out here?
Like a wild dog?
Just a dog. It looked like a domesticated dog.
Huh.
That's when I hear this goofy sound. It was definitely a human vocalization, but it wasn't a word or anything like that.
You said goofy sound and all I meant was, oh, yuck.
Oh, yuck. Well, I don't know. Maybe it was. So I get a little nervous. I start walking up the crest of this small hill. The first thing I notice is a shotgun leaning against the tree. Then I see this guy's blaze orange on the ground, his vest, to make sure other hunters don't shoot him. The dude was like grunting on the ground. I thought he was seriously hurt or something. Nope. I got close enough to realize this dude is just going to town on himself in the middle of the woods.
Oh, he's just beating one off?
Yeah. I walked in on a dude jerking it miles from anything in a place he probably thought he didn't have to worry about other people running in to where he was and finding him doing this. But I did.
Awesome.
And then he says, just thinking of how far this guy had to walk to be alone and feel isolated. And I found him anyway.
Did he watch him? Did he watch him finish?
He goes, I just got the hell out of there after that. I didn't hunt any birds.
So do you think the guy even knew?
I'm really not sure. That's where the story ends.
So what the fuck? Did he have headphones on? Or his earplugs in or something?
I don't know. Or this guy was just like on the alert because
He's like, I don't give a shit.
he said he heard a sound that it was like, it was human, but it sounded like weird. And so so he thought it was like a strange sound. And so he went moving through the trees like quietly because he was like freaked out by it. It just was the last thing he expected to hear out there.
Oh, you're so much better than my wife. Whoa.
Wow.
Oh.
Ooh,
Oh, yuck.
Next up.
Yeah.
My first year hunting, I pulled up in a small gravel parking lot about 3:30, 4 a.m. I was surrounded by high grass with a dirt path to my right to venture into the woods. I turned my truck lights off, walked to the back of my truck to get my gear on. As I was getting ready, I heard this exact noise multiple times from all around me.
Are you going to make the noise?
No. Followed by the sound of something running through the dry, high grass. And I do have the recording, but I'll play it afterwards.
Oh, so do it during the break?
Yeah.
I'll add it in. Oh, you have it. That's what animal sounds is?
Animal sounds, yeah.
Oh, look at that. Okay.
Mind you, it was pitch black with my small headlamp and no one around. Very, very creepy setting. I had no idea deer made noise like this.
Deer?
The deer made this noise.
Okay.
I immediately got back in my truck. I locked the doors and jumped on YouTube to figure out what the fuck I was hearing. Once I found out that's the noise deer make when they're alerting other deer to trouble, it calmed my nerves. So I went into the woods, still on edge. I wasn't comfortable until I was high up in my tree. I'm guessing the deer had already been all around me when I parked my car, and then they smelled me when I got out. They saw my lights, etc., etc., and they alerted each other and ran. I feel pretty silly now, but after the fact, that was one of the scariest moments I've ever had in the woods, for sure.
So he was terrified because he heard deer.
Yeah. Now
I'm really curious as to what those fucking deer sound like.
So I heard it and I was like, oh my God.
Is it like gross?
I wouldn't instantaneously shit, but I would instantaneously need to.
So I wrote down to add in the break, like when you're looking up your animal sounds.
Yeah.
The Aztec death whistle.
Oh, I think I've heard
that?
it. Yeah, I think I have.
Oh, it's fucking terrifying.
No, it's kind of like that.
Ugh.
It's this like weird, shrill, high-pitched, shrieking sort of sound. It's crazy.
Pass.
Other people were saying, because it has like a deeper sort of resonance than the whistle does, they were saying it kind of sounds like the barking of a dog, but like a crazy one. I don't know. You'd have to hear it.
Okay.
Next up. Hunting the Little Natchez unit in Washington. I took a short walk up a logging road to check things out, walked back, and there were mountain lion tracks covering my own. It wasn't even a 20-minute window between my leaving that spot and then crossing it again.
Pass. Hard pass.
1 year, we had in my area a mountain lion that kept screaming at night. And it's an eerie sound. That was the end of that story, but someone commented, I'm not going to lie, I read your story and I thought, they can't sound that bad. You're probably just overreacting.
Right.
Then I YouTubed it. Holy shit, I would have shat my fucking pants.
Ew.
That's another animal sound I'm going to play for you.
Is the mountain lion? Mm-hmm. Screaming mountain lions?
Screaming. It sounds like some kind of guttural undead banshee. It's so awful.
Well, I can imagine that. You ever heard cats do like their like guttural scream? Mm-hmm. They'll, like, ow, ow. Like it's kind of, it's very bassy and low.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Have you heard it any other way? Because I don't think I've heard it quite like that.
You don't have cats in your house.
No.
I have 2 cats in my house, and both of them will like fight in the middle of the night, and whoever loses cries like that.
That's actually really funny.
And so I can imagine that a mountain lion would sound, louder and deeper and more, scary.
based off of that, I'm very interested to know what you think about the sound.
Okay.
Because I would be terrified.
I hope you drop your phone in your drink.
I won't. Next up, I'm creeping into my stand one morning. That's a deer stand. They put them up in trees.
Up in the trees? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In northern Michigan. It's pitch black, utterly quiet. I'm looking down with my headlamp on, and I'm trying not to make too much noise. At some point, I glance up, and about 5 feet away from me, I see 2 really bright white dots.
Uh-oh.
They're horizontally spaced, about 6 inches from each other, and about 7 feet up off the ground. Obviously, I'm incredibly startled, and I'm thinking, best case scenario, I found a bear standing on its hind legs. Worst case scenario, I have discovered Bigfoot. I quickly draw my pistol and I aim at a tree.
With lights?
They were a couple of reflective trail tacks that somebody had left up there, spaced to look like eyes. Probably not on purpose, but it scared the ever-living crap out of me.
Okay.
And there were a bunch of comments after that someone was like, people really need to stop doing that because that happens to me too.
You ever seen the movie Finding Sasquatch?
The comedy?
Yeah.
I don't, I actually don't, I feel like most of what I know about the movie has been from memes. I don't think I've ever actually seen it.
We'll pull up the scene when they find him.
Do you want to write that for the break?
I'll remember it.
Okay. Moving on.
I'm going to write it down.
Okay. So this is the last one I have. It's longer than the rest of them. This is the last one I have that isn't for only patron ears.
Uh-oh.
The next one, it's a little more spooky, a little more supernatural. I know that's not everybody's thing, but I saved it for the patrons. Here's the last one that we're putting onto this episode, though. I'm north of Atlanta. I'm deer hunting. I head to a WMA in northern Georgia. I don't know what that is, by the way.
WMA. Mm-hmm. Women's Marching Accolades. Association. That's
Maybe.
Better.
Okay. I had only had a short time to scout the area. I had a basic and experienced plan to go in early and follow a game trail to where it looked like it crossed a river. My plan was to sit quietly until the early morning deer began to move. I arrived at about 4 a.m. I got my basic gear loaded, and I began to hike the game trail with no light except for my little headlamp. When I got to where a few game trails converged near the river crossing, I looked for cover and I found an old rocky foundation of some kind of stacked rocks and brush providing ample cover. So I set up inside the roughly formed area provided by the rock and vegetation. After about an hour and a half, it was legal hunting hours.
Okay.
I continued to wait, but as the daylight got brighter, I noticed a lot of things around me. I was working as a lineman at the time, and I noticed a yellow tape sort of trampled down on the ground in a few places. The area was very wet, and the yellow tape was covered in dirt and mud. It was similar to the tape we used to keep people out of hazard areas and off our trailers when they were in use. I noticed the remnants of paint on the ground, nearly missing lines, similar to what was left when underground utility locations were painted, but like weeks ago.
Okay.
At about 7:45 a.m., I hadn't seen even one sign of deer movement. So I just decided to move a bit further into the area. But as I stood up, I realized what I was sitting in. It appeared to be a small stone area that was built like a hut or a fort, maybe a cabin of some type. The ground had a thin slab of stone that was piled up. And stone was piled up, making walls. Some of them were knocked down ages ago, some were in decent shape. I walked up to the road that was about maybe 100 feet from where I was sitting. When I got to the road, I saw a display of very colorful objects. And when I walked over to inspect it, it was a 3-foot tall by 4-foot wide pile of stuffed animals. It had been raining off and on the whole week, so the stuffed toys were all soaking wet, covered in splashed up dirt, mud, probably moldy. They looked horrible. Affixed to a tree above the stuffed animals was a barely legible sign that was streaked with rain. It was a memorial for a child that had been murdered in these woods. My mind raced as I realized that the tape on the ground was a police line tape, and the paint that I found likely designated the position of the body. I was completely freaked out. I was kneeling at the exact location of a murder scene. I had just stumbled upon it. Or at least, I had found where the body was recovered. And he has a link to the exact murder. Anyway,
How was she murdered?
when I realized what happened, I was done hunting for the day, and I had random shivers for the next few hours.
How was the girl murdered?
I don't know. I didn't read it.
What the fuck? That's the first thing I would have done. I want to know how she was murdered.
It was a boy.
Okay, how was he murdered?
Let's see. 11-year-old Levi Frady was last seen Wednesday, October 22nd. Oh my God, that's my birthday.
Oh my God.
1997. On Little Mill Road in Forsyth County. His body was found the next day in Dawson Forest Wildlife Management Area in Dawson County. It doesn't say how he died in this link.
But he was last seen on your 5th birthday. What were you doing on your 5th birthday?
6th, actually.
5th. Oh shit, 6th. Mm-hmm. Okay, what were you doing?
Having a clown party.
Clown party.
Dad dressed up like a clown and thought he could trick me,
How
but he was wrong.
You guys were celebrating your birthday with clowns and presents and cake, and Levi was dying.
People die every day, stupid Jacob.
Fuck you.
Well, okay. I mean,
Is that
that's what I've got for now. Yeah. I'm all done.
Okay. Right on. Well, then it's time, Jessica, for the break.
Could you actually go hunting like that?
No.
Do you think you ever would?
No.
You really wouldn't?
No.
You're not even like a little curious.
No.
Why?
If I'm going to hunt, I'm going to hunt the like fancy, like first class way.
What does that mean?
I'm going to sit in like some fancy cabin
okay.
with a rifle aimed down at a field waiting for a deer to walk by. And then when one does, fucking Jeffrey is going to ring a bell and be like, sir, there's a deer. And I'll be like, oh, dope. And I'm going to walk over there, scotch in hand, and I'm going to set it down and I'm going to shoot my deer.
So basically...
And then I'm going to have my little minions fucking process the meat for me.
In your ideal hunting scenario, you're some kind of rich business mogul who hunts by drone.
Yeah, I just kill it.
You just have a little camera and you kind of fly your drone like a video game and you like, phew,
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Shoot your game. And then once you have killed like a deer or a boar or something, you send servants out to process it.
Yeah, so I kill it and then I know that in 2 hours I can eat it. So then I just start drinking and having a blast. Mm-hmm. And then 2 hours later, some chef whips up some amazing food for me.
You have a private chef also.
Of course.
Basically, what you're saying is that this is the only situation you could imagine yourself hunting in.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You're not even curious, just so that you've experienced it at least one time to know that you can do it if you're in a survival situation.
Look, can I kill something? Yes. Can I slice it up and fucking process it and then like cut its little meats off and cook it? I don't want to. I'm good.
So the answer isn't no or yes. It's just that you don't want to.
I don't want to.
Okay.
I will hopefully never find out. I'm good.
I definitely want to know because like the thought that I think I could successfully hunt something.
Sure.
Probably not in a situation where I didn't have a rifle or some kind of gun to hunt with. But if I did, and I did successfully hunt something, I am super embarrassed at the thought that I wouldn't know how to handle like the guts on the inside. And that I would like, because it's possible, and I'm pretty sure I've seen this happen somewhere, somehow, that someone accidentally like punctured its like poop sack and shit just exploded over everything and it spoiled it. They couldn't eat anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet that happens.
Yeah, I would be way too embarrassed that I wouldn't know which organs to leave behind and which ones to use.
Luckily, my redneck middle-class servants that are paid very well to literally just process meat that I shoot. Or if I miss, they shoot it.
That's their entire purpose?
That's their job. They just work for one weekend.
Okay.
And they take home a good amount of money.
Like 11 grand?
Sure. You know, it's worth more than their time is worth. Or they get paid more than their time is worth.
So
typically.
this hypothetical image is getting much clearer now.
Yeah.
So in your ideal hunting scenario, you're operating a drone, a big, expensive, impressive one.
Yeah.
With a very crisp and clear, expensive camera on it.
Oh, it's 4K for sure.
Right. And you're gliding through the forest at high speeds. And as you find a deer, you, too drunk to really aim, fire at anything at all because you spotted the deer, which prompts servants trailing your drone to fire at the deer for you so that it seems like you were successful.
Okay.
Is that what you're saying? I really thought that's what you had said already.
No, I'm just, if I miss, then they shoot it and they kill it.
But yeah, you had said that.
Yeah, if I miss.
Is that different than what I said?
Yeah, you're saying like
I thought you said
they're expecting me to miss.
You'd be drunk.
Sure, of course I'm drunk. What the fuck?
That's what
Of course
I'm
I'm
saying.
drunk.
Your aim would be terrible,
Maybe not though.
but it probably would be.
But maybe it'd be great.
But Jacob, you can't even see red and green.
What does that have to do with anything?
Everything in the forest is green.
Not deer.
Yeah, but they're not yellow. They're not blue. You see what I mean? Your handicapped ass wouldn't be able to see the deer in the brush.
I would be able to see them.
You
perfectly
wouldn't.
fine. I'd probably see them better than you.
What if they fell into mud and they were a darker brown?
Or if I'm operating a little VR thing with my drone, Jessica, then I can just have my colorblind glasses on. And now I can see everything.
So now you're superhuman.
I am amazing.
Okay.
Yeah. So, base. Anyway, it's time for the break.
Okay.
Bitch.
All right.
God.
Hunt.
Hunters.
Pray.
Pray to God.
That's not the kind I meant, but it does rhyme.
Just like I pray that corporations don't fuck me over, you know? I pray that they produce good products. All American products, of course.
Right. I see.
But not all of them do. They just don't listen to my prayers.
No. Not everyone has customer service available at all times.
No.
The tender love and care that you can only get with a family-owned, local, national business.
Uh-huh. If only we could find one of those.
You know where we can?
I mean...
You know with whom we can?
There we go. Who? Whom? Who? Whom?
With whom? Say it. With whom?
With whom? I don't like that. Try that again.
No.
With whom?
Our sponsors. That's right. Tilted Tinker, Woodcraft and Wizardry. We'd like to thank Tilted Tinker, Woodcraft and Wizardry. They are a company that makes woodcraft products.
Like plaques with all sorts of hilarious sayings and coasters with sarcastic twists.
All of that dry humor is mixed in with Dungeons and Dragons accessories like dice towers, dice dungeons, and DM screens.
Everything is made here in the USA.
Yes, a family-owned business. They use American wood in American hands.
Nice.
They personally create all of their merchandise.
Yes, they are close friends of ours, but that's the most that we'll say. It could be anyone, but they're fantastic.
They are fantastic, and it really could be anyone at all. We own many of their products.
That's true. All of them are of great quality.
The greatest. You can visit their website at tiltedtinker.com, reach out to them at info@tiltedtinker.com. They are Tilted Tinker on all their social medias.
That's Tilted, Tinker. You should go and buy something from their website because they're awesome.
And they love us, just like we love you.
So you know how Netflix runs those like automatic trailers? If you're like clicking through, it's really fucking annoying.
I hate it.
Well, Dani was like trying to find like a show to watch and she was clicking through and then she like stopped and like walked away. And so I was forced to sit and watch this trailer. And it was Love on the Spectrum Australia.
Love on the Spectrum?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
So it's literally a reality show where they follow autistic people
Okay.
and have them fall in love with each other or like go on dates with other like autistic people or something.
Autistic specifically?
Yes.
That's the spectrum they're on?
Yes. And Jessica, I was sitting there very uncomfortable.
Why?
It was so just unsettling to me watching this little trailer. Like it made me just feel so uncomfortable. And Mom and Dani are like, oh my God, that was so cute. Oh, that was adorable. Oh, we need to watch it. And I was like, 100%, that would make me like, it made me fucking nervous watching this trailer. Like I was like, oh my God, what's going to happen next? I was not down.
Like you were scared?
I just did not like it. So sorry, if you're autistic and in love, but I don't want to see it.
Or if you like watching autistic people fall in love.
I just don't want to see it. It made me so uncomfortable.
Why though? You watch The Bachelorette with Dani all the time.
When I'm drunk, maybe that's why I was sober. That's a good.
That would
that's
make
a good
it
reason.
much less enjoyable.
Yeah.
Remember when we watched The Circle?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or Love is Blind?
Yeah, we were drunk for those too. God, Love is Blind. Oh, I saw a thing for this latest season of Love is Blind that's out where like this guy is like, it's on him and this girl and they've been talking back and forth for like multiple days and he's confessing his love for her.
Okay.
Right? Blindly.
Yes.
And he's like, oh, like you are just the perfect girl and I can't see my life without you in it. Like, I just want to talk to you every day and every night and blah, blah, blah. And I am in love with you and blah, 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 blah. And he's sitting there and it's quiet.
Oof.
And he's sitting there. He's like, just
Hello?
waiting. He's like, hello. And the camera goes to her and she's passed out on the couch.
She's asleep?
She's asleep.
Oh.
And he's like, hello. Like, are you there? Like, are you ignoring me? Like, if you don't feel the same way, you can just say something. And she's passed out. And so I think he just assumed
That she wasn't down.
she wasn't feeling the same way and just didn't know how to say anything. So she just stayed silent. And so he just fucking left the room. And I'm pretty sure just was just like, fuck it. I'm out. I'm done.
Wow.
I hope he did. I hope he was like, fuck that bitch. I'm out of here.
I mean, I don't know. Listen, I don't think any of that is real.
Of course it's not real.
It's a reality show. No, listen, even if they authentically think it is, it's still not.
No.
It's not. You can't fall in love with someone you've never seen or had any real conversations with off camera. That's not how it works.
No. Now, unless like they only show us like 3% of the conversations they have, right? And the other 97% is like,
Straight up pornographic.
would you rather fuck this bitch? Like, who would you rather fuck? Cast of Sopranos is out right now. Who are you fucking?
The real questions.
That's how you fall in love right there.
Right.
All right, you got animal sounds, I believe.
I do. I have the deer sound ready.
This is the
guy who pulled
scary
up,
deer.
Yeah, he pulled up in a dark little like parking lot sort of area and then was going to head down a trail to do deer hunting, but the deer were already there and he didn't know and heard this sound and was terrified.
Okay. Oh,
But imagine like 30 of those all around you.
oh my God. I would think that I was being hunted by chihuahuas.
Do you want to see it?
Yeah. Do it again.
Oh, whoops, that's too much. Right?
Yeah, I don't like that.
Spooky. So there's that one. And then we've got the
Mountain lion?
mountain lion. This one was wild. Right?
Cats don't sound like that.
I wouldn't stay anywhere if I
That's
heard that.
gross. It sounds like an animal is fucking imitating a woman screaming so that you run
right.
towards it.
Yeah. Like, help me, I'm in trouble or something like that.
That's some predator shit. That is some Arnold Schwarzenegger shit right there. Look up the Aztec death whistle
Oh, sure.
because that's going to be similar.
Let's see. It's really cool sound, though, as spooky as it is. I'm not sure which one to go with.
Let me see.
There's hippie man who looks like he could possibly be Aztec, and hippie woman who definitely is not.
Let me see. Doesn't matter as long as they have the whistle. Oh, do the hippie man. Oh no, just do one of the quick ones.
Okay. Is that it?
That's it. They literally blow through a whistle and it makes that fucking screaming sound.
Let me see.
Now I want to show you this. The dead whistle the Aztec use for special ceremonies, for Day of the Dead celebration, and also they use when they have a war, when they fight with other tribes. They play over 100 instruments.
Yikes.
Dead whistle.
It's fucking gross.
Crazy. How do you create it? Like, who thinks to themselves, look, I found this rock or piece of wood or animal skull, and I'm going to blow into it really hard and see what happens?
I have no idea, but you can buy them on Amazon for $30 and scare the fuck out of everyone in a mall parking lot on a Sunday.
So that's what you're going to do.
I'm definitely doing that. It'll be here in 2 days.
Did you really order it already?
No, not yet, but I'm going to. So don't tell Dani.
Don't tell Dani.
Don't tell her.
So I have a philosophical question for you.
I don't like philosophy. So no.
Well, this isn't really it.
Is it a yes or no question?
No.
Okay. Whatever. Go for it.
It could be, but like it's not going to be.
Go for it. Hit me.
Justin Long. Is he hot? Is he attractive?
No.
No?
No.
Not even from like a male just appreciating him as a male specimen, not
No.
even romantically or in a sexual way,
No. He's not ugly.
right?
Like, he's not like Steve Buscemi, you know? I don't like looking at Steve Buscemi. I don't mind looking at Justin Long, but Justin Long is not an attractive man.
You couldn't imagine yourself like rocking it with Steve Buscemi?
Absolutely not.
Really?
What the fuck?
I absolutely could. I totally could.
Pass. All I see is crazy eyes.
Me too.
Ew. We're comparing him to other celebrities. Justin Long. Right?
Yeah.
Like, absolutely. He doesn't even come close to all the other celebrities.
But that's not what I'm saying.
You said, is he attractive?
Is he hot?
In the scale that I have, no. He is a solid 5, right in the middle. Or 5, what? What would be in the middle? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So like 5.5.
If
That's right in the middle.
If it's 1 through 10.
5.5 would be dead center. That's where he is.
Okay. I don't know.
Fuck. Do you want to fuck Justin Long? Is that what you're fucking asking?
Well, I absolutely could, you know? Like, it would just depend on how smooth he was.
First of all, you know for a fact, you would fuck Justin Long. Justin Long wouldn't fuck you.
I don't know what you mean.
Justin Long doesn't fuck.
You mean he lies and just accepts what happens to him?
Yes. He doesn't fuck.
I mean, you know, if the stars aligned, I could imagine that.
Like Tanya Harding, she fucks.
Oh my God.
Tanya Harding fucks. God, she would break Justin.
I would be afraid.
She would annihilate
She would break
Justin Long.
Justin.
Oh, yeah.
How did this become?
I don't even know. Why did Tanya Harding come up at all? No
but
idea.
it's true, though. She would totally break him.
Yes.
His little twig body.
The point that I was making was he doesn't fuck.
He's just got such a cute little body. And she's like, you know, obviously accustomed to breaking people's bones or.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. Well, that was the break.
Yes, we're done.
We're done. And it's time for the wheel to spin for the second time tonight. Okay. You're having a nightmare where a celebrity is hunting you. Who is it?
Gary Busey.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrifying.
I know.
Oh God. Cause you wouldn't just see his eyes. You'd see his teeth too.
That's all you would see. Like for no reason. Like it wouldn't shock me to find out he was reptilian under all of that. And like had some sort of otherworldly chameleon-like capabilities that didn't stretch to his like scary, narrow white teeth and like wide fucking eyes. So you would just see his like
that's terrifying,
teeth
actually.
and like wide eyeballs coming at you in the night.
See, I also went with someone in my head with scary eyes.
Okay.
It'd be Elijah Wood.
Oh my God, like in Sin City with the glasses?
Yeah, because, you know, I'm way larger than Elijah, right? That man must be like 5'1", maybe.
Okay.
But I feel like he's just lightning quick.
He looks fast.
Know? And like, of course, I'm being hunted in the woods that he grew up in or something. And so he just knows every little branch. And he's just hopping over them, you know?
Okay.
Like gracefully. And I'm tripping and falling.
Okay.
Yeah. If it was a real nightmare, though, it'd be a duo. It'd be him and Daniel Radcliffe hunting me down. It'd be scary.
That would be terrifying.
It'd be fucking horrifying. Like one would be standing in front of me and I'd like scream like, oh, fuck, and turn and run the other way. And like, as I get like 20 feet away, the other one's standing in front of me, you know?
Yeah.
It's like scream, like there's always two killers. It'd be like that. It'd be horrifying.
Yep.
You know what? We're going to add that. Who's your second killer? Gary Busey and who?
Like who is he teaming up with to get me?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I don't know why this is the first person coming to mind because it's not my answer, but it is the first person I'm thinking of right now.
Okay.
Ron Perlman.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I feel like very often he ends up being my lover for some reason in these hypothetical scenarios. I just feel like hypothetically, eventually, something would happen that he would be upset with me over. And, you know, for the sake of vengeance or retribution, would team up with Gary Busey to torment me.
You watched the new Hellboy with, with what's his name, David Harbour?
Yeah.
And you said that it was good. And he got pissed.
Took it really personally.
He was utterly pissed because his third movie got canceled.
No, it didn't.
It did.
Weren't there 3 Hellboys?
There were only 2.
No, isn't there one like on its way right now with him in it?
No.
Are you sure?
I thought maybe because the rumor mill had it that Ron Perlman would be coming back. Mm-hmm. But apparently that is not the case. Apparently they're finding a new Hellboy. So not Ron Perlman, not David Harbour, but some new guy.
How many characters are we going to have like this? Spider-Man is 1,000 different faces, and so is Batman, and now Hellboy and
Superman. So,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
All these comic book characters keep getting played by all these people. What the fuck?
I don't know. Sometimes it's good, but sometimes it's bad.
It's almost always bad. Almost always is it bad.
I won't argue against it being almost always bad, but I can think of a franchise that I've been largely happy with, and I think that's been Batman.
I was bummed that Ben Affleck did not get his own Batman movie.
I never watched any of his movies.
Because the
As
movies
Batman.
that he was in as Batman were just really shitty movies. But I think he would be a pretty good Batman.
I have no opinion. I never saw him play
I
Batman.
gotta say though, new Batman, current Pattinson,
The British guy.
Robert Pattinson, his Batman movie was fucking awesome, and I cannot wait for the second one to come out, the Batman 2, because Colin Farrell as the Penguin
Did he
is
rock it?
fucking gross.
He
went like 4 to 6 hours of makeup to get his penguin shit on. Dude, he looks gross. It's awesome.
Cool.
It's
I
awesome.
really like Colin Farrell.
Oh yeah, dude. Who doesn't like Colin Farrell?
I guess I don't know.
Colin Farrell fucks
Yeah.
aggressively.
Oh, yeah.
Especially like he puts on like, like you come home and you're like, hey, Colin, like what's going on? And he's, dressed up as the bullseye from 2001's Daredevil.
So there's a lot of like, not so much communication, but just, huh?
Just, and he just points at your pussy like,
The little target on his forehead.
Yeah.
Because he's going to hit you with the tip of his dick.
Yeah. You have to lay in the bed with your butt up in the air, and he jumps from the rafters and he gets it. He just bullseyes right in there. Bam.
That's his sexual fantasy.
He always fucks as the bullseye.
Do you have like a cosplay thing you would actually be willing to do? Like something that you actually think would be cool? Because
Like,
I don't think I do.
Are you saying like me personally or
Yeah.
like with a celebrity?
I have no. I mean, I guess it's totally up to you.
Because like, would I fuck leather covered, what's her name?
Kate Beckinsale?
Kate Beckinsale? Absolutely.
But you would have to be dressed up as a half werewolf. You'd have to like cover yourself.
Okay, I would have to wear. I'd have to wear
blue paint.
no shirt, no shoes or socks, and just a pair of pants with a belt on.
No, but you would have to paint your skin and like grow your hair out and be wet all the time for some reason.
Do that. I can't do that.
But you would have to.
I just can't. Adam and Eve. Then, if that's what we're doing,
Really?
because I can do that.
So then like,
can't- I can't
that's my
costume up.
question. That's my question. You couldn't get into full costume.
No.
And still be down to clown.
I wouldn't be able to suit up and be like, "Oh, this is hot." Don't get me wrong.
I did this for the purpose of
Yeah, like don't get me
sex.
wrong. Could I be in a costume and then be like, "Yo, I'm gonna fuck right now"?
Well,
like,
yeah.
of course.
No, of course.
But am I getting in
For
the
the
costume
purpose of.
like is me getting in this costume foreplay? Because if it is, I'm probably not into it.
I don't think it is.
You know what? We'll try it. I still have my pickle costume.
So then what's Dani going to dress up as?
Hidden Valley Ranch.
Ew, you eat pickles with ranch dressing?
I'm sure someone does.
That's
what do you dip
gross.
pickles in, Jessica?
I'd
She's a
judge
bottle
you.
of whiskey. She's Jack Daniels.
Gross.
Your alcohol levels go up,
And they stay there.
Yeah.
I think I'm with you on that one. I really don't think I could. I just couldn't. Like Terry's walked
No.
me through those hypotheticals,
Yeah.
Here and there. Like, could you ever? He's not into it either. But it's like, do you think if I seriously came to you asking you to do it, it wasn't your suggestion, it's not something you're into, but if I came to you and said, this would be so hot for me, can you do it for me? I just couldn't. I would.
I mean, I think I could. Like, if Dani was like, dude, I really want you to be my doctor and just exam all of my orifices, right? I would probably, it'll cost her, number one. She doesn't have to pay for that.
She's got to have insurance.
Okay. Number two, I would need to be drunk or high. Like, there's no way that I'd be able to get through that sober. There's absolutely no way. So I would need to be drunk or high. So if she's down with that, then sure, I'll dress up in a fucking white doctor. What are they called? A fucking trench coat or whatever the fuck they wear.
The lab coat?
Lab coat. And then I'd have a fucking stethoscope with little vibrator on it that I'm like, oh, I need to check their pussy or whatever.
Checking your heart rate.
I mean, I don't know.
I think I would laugh a lot. And it'd be to the point that neither of us is enjoying the sexy part of it. It's just me having a blast, laughing at how funny this situation is. Yeah. And I definitely couldn't involve like any drug or any alcohol because I'd get straight up mean. I would bully. And it would be in good fun, all in good fun for me.
Right.
But it would be too far.
They would get offended.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Our spouses are weak. They just can't take our humor.
No, Terry's fine.
You just said you'd make him cry and weep in his own sheets.
If he was that kind of guy who was like, hey, I don't know, really want you to I don't know, dress up like Kate Beckinsale or fucking, what's the other one? Tomb Raider or whatever.
What if he said, I want you to dress up like Bella and I'll dress up like Edward and we can play out Twilight.
That sounds awful.
He even like loosened like the headboard so that he could break it when you guys are fucking.
That's what I mean. Like, I'd have a great time, but it would be because the whole thing would turn into a parody of the movie and not like no sex would happen.
You'd go full Australian. Edward, no.
No. Say it out loud. Vampire. Are you afraid?
No. Yeah. Okay. Well, enough of that. We can talk about stupid shit for a long time. So let's instead talk about awesome shit.
Yes. You're going to tell us about the serial killer in the woods you found.
I didn't have a serial killer in the woods. There's no serial killing happening.
In
fact, there is no provable death at all.
So people go missing.
No one said that. So I found a blog. Okay.
All right.
And this was a blog post which had it was multiple posts. I think this person was trying to milk this incident.
Okay.
So that more people would read it. And unfortunately I was one of the suckers, but here we go. My name is Li Ming. I'm a software engineer. Okay, I'm not going to do the I thing. I just can't do that. Whatever. So Li Ming, he's a software engineer who was working in Denver, Colorado. Okay.
All right.
Loved hunting, outdoor survival. They would go on expeditions. They were, of course, near the Rocky Mountains, so they would go during their holidays, whenever they got time off of work, they would go, fucking Rocky Mountains and go hunting and being outdoorsy and whatever. Mm-hmm. So in October, he invited his two friends, Wang Gang and Zhang Wei.
Wang Gang?
Wang Gang and Zhang Wei.
Wow.
Yes. So all three of them, they had planned this 3-day hunting trip together and they were going to have just so much fun.
Just a blast.
So much fun. A blast. Funny you say that. So they drove to a remote area. They parked their car and, got all their equipment and their food and they started their little journey. All right. So their plan was to build a temporary camp inside of the forest. And then they would, split up from the camp in separate directions, hunt for, small game. Maybe one of them gets a deer or something. Nothing huge. They were just having fun. And then they had food, so they didn't need to get food. But if they got a kill, they would eat it. Cool. They all had night vision binoculars so that they could go hunting when it was a little dark out, maybe early in the morning, whatever. So on the first night, they didn't catch anything. They had, some squirrels and birds, really nothing to eat, right? But no problem. They returned to camp. They ate the food that they had brought. They chatted around the campfire. That's when Wang Gang said that he wanted to try night hunting. Okay, they had the night vision goggles. He was
no.
I can go out at night for sure.
Okay.
And he wanted to see if he could encounter the larger animals at night.
The predators?
Just larger animals. So...
Why aren't you being specific?
So Li Ming and Zhang Wei were dude, no. Wang Gang, come on.
Bruh.
That's definitely not the move.
Okay.
And they said that it was too dangerous and that, he probably shouldn't do it, that it goes against the quote unquote hunting ethics. Don't really know what that is, but I'm not a hunter. So
Sure.
Who cares? Anyway, they advised him not to do it, but he was I'm Wang Gang, I do what I want.
He is Wang Gang.
So he was fuck it, I'm going out. He promised them that he wouldn't shoot recklessly or whatever. And they agreed and they told him just be careful and return to the camp within half an hour or so. And Wang Gang was dope, and he left. He brought his rifle and his night vision binoculars. So Li Ming and Zhang Wei continued chatting around their campfire. They were waiting. About half an hour went by, and Wang Gang still hadn't returned.
Oh.
So they, weren't necessarily worried. They were just okay, this fucker is retarded and didn't show up on time. So they, walkie-talkied him, try to get a hold of him, and there was no response. So they thought maybe he went too far and the signal wasn't working. They decided, whatever, we'll just wait a little bit longer, see what's going on. So another 10 minutes goes by, and they hear a very loud noise in the distance.
Uh-oh. Like a gunshot?
Like an explosion.
I understand now.
Yes.
When I said that they were just trying to have a blast.
They were just having a blast.
Uh-huh.
Yes, they were. So obviously they were, kind of scared. It startled them. They were calling Wang Gang on the walkie-talkie, trying to ask him what happened. And this time, Wang Gang answered. He was very panicked, very frightened, very short of breath. And he was shouting, "Come and save me, come and save me."
Where are you though?
He continued to say that he found a small plane wreckage with lots of cash, but also some dead people who look like drug dealers or smugglers. Now, at this point, we are paraphrasing. This is what their memory was as to what happened.
Sure.
So he said that he wanted to take photos as evidence.
This is what Wang Gang's memory?
This is what Wang Gang said that Li Ming and Zhang Wei heard.
Uh-oh.
Yes. So he said that he wanted to take some photos of the site. He didn't know that the plane was going to explode. He doesn't know why it exploded. Maybe there was a bomb. I don't know. When it suddenly...
Come and save me. Come and save me.
Suddenly it just exploded. And it launched him. And his leg is injured. And now people are shooting at him.
What?
He said that these people want to kill me. Come and save me now. So obviously, Li Ming and Zhang Wei are like, dude, what the fuck? What is going down? Wang
That's
Gang.
a lot of information to take in.
Yeah, Wang Gang, what the fuck? So they did not believe that any of this was true, but they were hearing it. So like it's weird. They asked him where he was. He said he didn't know. He just remembered that he had walked along a stream for a long time when he saw the wreckage of the plane. So they asked him if there were any like landmarks or whatever. They're gathering up. They're walking towards the sound, but they just want like landmarks, I guess, to help guide them. Anyway, he pointed out, or he said that he had walked past a large rock with the number 7 engraved on it. And this was similar, I guess, to other landmarks in the forest. So like they set up like hunting zones.
Okay.
And so he was in zone number 7, so they know exactly where to go now. They had assumed that Wang Gang was near that area. They told him that they would be there in just a few minutes and that he should hide in a safe place and not move.
That's good advice.
They grabbed their weapons and they left their camp running towards Wang Gang's direction. So apparently they were keeping in touch on the walkie-talkie. I don't know how smart that is with, guns firing.
People firing at Wang Gang and actively looking for him.
So they were asking him about his situation. He said that his leg was bleeding, that he was weak and was probably going to pass out.
Okay.
They were hearing gunshots as they got closer. They were pretty sure that Wang Gang was dead if he wasn't already. It took them about 10 minutes before they saw the landmark that was the large rock with the number 7. Mm-hmm. They continued along the stream there and saw ahead the wreckage of the plane. Now, this plane was, in fact, blown up. There were metal fragments everywhere. There were flames kind of just scattered, right?
Okay.
Bodies were also seen.
Oh my God.
Scattered in the area. Some of which they said that they could see, obviously in the moment it wasn't a thought, but afterwards, clearly passengers or crew. So like they could see, maybe like saw like a captain's like patch on his arm or something, whatever. But people were straight up dead. And they said that others that arrived to the scene, they would identify as, quote, criminals.
Ah.
Yes. So they also saw, along with the flames and the metal and the bodies, cash just kind of scattered everywhere. They saw US dollars as well as Mexican pesos.
Ruh-roh.
Yes, this would be a case related to drugs and smuggling.
The cartel.
Cartel shit. So they didn't have time to worry about these things. They said they were like, dude, we just gotta get to Wang Gang. We just gotta get the fuck out of here.
Get him the fuck out of here.
Yeah. So they called him on his walkie-talkie, asked him where he was. He said he was at the back of the plane hiding behind a large tree. They kind of...
Oh, so he's still answering.
He's still alive.
Okay.
So they kind of walk along the like tree line over to where he is, and they get to him. No one sees them. They don't really see anyone at the same time. So they get to Wang Gang and they wrap his leg. There's blood all over the place. Like he was clearly wounded pretty severely.
So he said he was close to the plane inspecting the wreckage when it exploded and he was like flung?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, the explosion sent him like flying. So when they were helping him, he passed out. So
Okay.
pretty severe blood loss. Mm-hmm. There was metal fragments in his leg, which was the deep wound that was causing such heavy bleeding. Obviously, they managed to stop the bleeding, so they probably tourniquet his leg. They picked him up over their shoulders, and they started heading back towards their camp. Now, it was at this moment when they heard more gunshots.
Okay.
And you know that like whizzing sound of bullets coming by your head?
Flying past you.
Yeah.
I don't know it very well, but I've heard it in movies and on YouTube videos.
Well, they were scared.
What the fuck is going on?
So they said that the people shooting at them appeared to look Mexican or Hispanic or Latin. They don't really know.
Okay.
But they were wearing black leather jackets and jeans. So not necessarily out hunting
Like
equipment.
the outsiders?
Sure.
Okay.
Think more it stood out because they weren't wearing like hunting gear.
Oh, okay.
They were in like regular clothes.
Well, I thought of like full-blown like mafia suits. So that's different from what I pictured.
I mean,
in my
that'd be
head.
cooler wearing some like zoot suits. Okay. Well, the people were yelling at them as they shot at Li Ming, Zheng Wei, and Wang Gang. Mm-hmm. They hid behind a tree. They were firing back at the people shooting at them. They said that, afterwards, clearly their rifles were able to do more damage than, the criminal pistols.
Maybe handguns they
shooting
had.
at them. They were shooting them with handguns.
Okay.
He said that two of them, or they had hit two people. Don't know if they killed them. They just know that their bullets connected with two people. And that they fell to the ground, that the rest of the people
Damn,
basically
good for them.
were like, oh shit, and went to take cover
Okay.
and kind of hide. And they took this as an opportunity to pick up Wang Gang and get the fuck out of there.
Okay.
So they did.
Did he die on the way?
So they ran back to camp with Wang Gang. Mm-hmm. They put him in his sleeping bag, gave him water, gave him
Keep him
painkillers,
warm. Yeah.
called 911 on their phones. Right now, I guess they have service out in the middle of nowhere. Anyway, they had requested help. They gave their location and the whole nine. Anyway, helicopter shows up. And it wasn't just a normal helicopter, okay? Because coming out of the helicopter
Were the cartel members.
no,
Surprise, bitch. Okay.
was FBI.
Okay.
So
Oh, my
FBI
gosh.
helicopters aren't just, lying around.
No.
So this was clearly something was going down, right? So an FBI agent came out of the helicopter. He had said that they were investigating the plane crash. So I don't know if
Do you think they shot down the
maybe
cartel
they shot
plane?
it down.
And
or,
that's why they basically knew about it beforehand?
Yes, I don't know.
That could also explain why the cartel was on the offensive immediately.
Yes. Mind you, at this time, Wang Gang was loaded up and was taken. Like, they kind of skip over that part
But he was taken to get medical attention.
Yes, homie had a big ass piece of metal stuck in his leg.
Right.
Like he needed to go to the hospital or else he was going to lose his leg.
Okay.
So they had asked, or the FBI agent had asked them how they discovered the plane. They told him the whole story. He said they were very lucky to have survived and escaped. That the people shooting at them were more than likely members of a, quote, international drug smuggling group. A cartel, without saying cartel.
Right. Basically, literally, almost literally the definition of what a cartel is.
A cartel.
Without saying the word.
Now, mind you, this group wasn't just a regular cartel, Jessica.
Oh my gosh.
Because they wouldn't just bring drugs from Mexico to the United States. Except that's exactly what they did. It's just a cartel.
It's a cartel.
It's a cartel. Anyway, so the plane had crashed in the forest due to a engine failure, they believed. So maybe they didn't shoot it down.
Okay.
And that they had sent a team in, cartel had sent a team in to recover the shit that was in the plane. FBI was also tracking the plane and so also was like trying to figure out where the fuck this plane was.
Right.
Now, Li Ming, Wang Gang, he did survive, by the way.
Oh, good.
And Zhang Wei would all testify in this huge case that would hurt this cartel. Now.
Oh. Is tragedy on the rise?
Maybe, maybe not. So I was like, okay, that was wild. What a wild fucking story. Mm-hmm. Could not find it anywhere except for this blog.
I mean,
Which shows me one of two things.
okay.
And mind you, I looked back like decades looking for Rocky Mountain, plane, shooting, Li Ming, Wang Gang, Zhang Wei. Like, I mean, so many keywords and something must have popped up. Nothing did.
Is that really a surprise, though?
No. All it means is either this story was completely and 100% made up, or this was legitimate and recent enough that it is fucking silent because there's a big ass shit going down and the US government is like shutting this the fuck up.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of those two things is likely what is going down.
Probably that.
Because I spent about an hour trying to find a legitimate news article of anything about a plane crashing in the Rocky Mountains,
Right.
and Li Ming, Wang Gang, or Zhang Wei being there. Could not find anything.
Who wrote this blog?
This was on wildgarter.com,
Okay.
which is a website that sells specifically hunting gear, but it's also like a place like they have a blog where like any hunter can post stuff, like a hunter's Reddit.
Okay.
It was
just kinda,
posted
like, swap
there,
stories.
but it was posted March 28th of 2023, which is like 2 weeks ago.
That's very recent.
Yeah.
So this happened recently.
Either it happened recently or the
They
story
didn't talk about it till
was
recently.
recently, talked about. It was posted then. Doesn't mean it happened then. But I mean, technically the story was dated March 24th. Even though it was posted on the 28th, it was the actual story, like the blog, the person dated it March 24th. So maybe it just happened.
The article or the event?
Whoever wrote the blog started with the date. It said March 24th.
And then the story began.
Yes.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Doesn't it sound like a comedy action movie?
The only comedy was Wang Gang was his name.
No, but doesn't it sound like the kind of comedy where three dudes go out and they're like
without a paddle.
yeah, but then they run into a cartel.
Yeah.
And then they have to like deal with FBI afterwards.
Yeah. Could happen. I can see it.
It sounds like the
Fucking
premise of
Tropic
an
Thunder.
action comedy. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, who knows? I'm sure if we hear nothing about this ever, then it was fake. If 3 years from now we see a story about a cartel shoot up in the fucking Rocky Mountains, then Li Ming, Wang Gang, and Zhang Wei were correct.
Wow, good for you for remembering all those names.
I know. Look at me.
You said them rapid fire too. Do it again.
I did. Li Ming, Wang Gang, Zhang Wei.
Mix up the order.
Wang Gang, Zhang Wei, Li Ming.
Wow.
Wang Gang, Li Ming.
Good for you.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, it's time, Jessica, to
Well
spin
done.
the final wheel.
I will.
All right. Who would you rather be hunted by? The hunter from Jumanji, Liam Neeson from Taken, or Dog the Bounty Hunter?
Dog the Bounty Hunter.
I was going to say definitely not Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Definitely not. Why?
Definitely not.
He's so fake.
He's the least talented of all three of them.
I know.
Do I think he can catch me? Probably. I don't think that I'm very good at escaping. I think all three of them have a good chance of catching me. But Dog, he won't be able to shoot me. If he shoots at me, he's going to hit me in like the fucking liver or something. The hunter from Jumanji, headshot. Liam Neeson, 2 in the chest, one in the head.
But Dog the Bounty Hunter is on camera at all times. So he's not trying to kill you.
It's that I'm being hunted.
You're being hunted, yeah. Dog the Bounty Hunter hunts live prey for bounties. Bounty.
He is a hunter.
Bounty hunter.
I forget.
Yeah. So you're literally going to live. And also his like searching skills aren't really that great as long as you're smart at all.
Okay. Yeah, no, fuck that. I think I'm going with the hunter from Jumanji.
I won't.
Yeah.
He'll just kill you as soon as he sees you.
See, I think that if I had a chance of outrunning one of them, it would be him.
Of outrunning anyone, you think it would be the Jumanji guy?
Yeah. If I had to, if I could guess as to who I had a better chance of running away from, it'd be him.
I think that's a mistake. I'll
Maybe.
tell you why. Because he, in all his safari clothes, obviously hunts big game, probably predators specifically.
Slow hunting though.
Sure,
Like
sure.
tracking.
But that's what I mean. He's going to take his time with you. He'll learn your habits. He'll post up at the Panera Bread,
No.
waiting for you to arrive.
He knows
He'll find
I like
Dani and he'll trail her back to literally wherever you're hiding because there's no way Dani won't know exactly where you are. And there's no way she'll be subtle about knowing exactly where you are. You know what I mean? He'll figure out where you are quickly, even if he's taking his time. And he'll learn all your habits and he'll get you. And he won't be gentle about it. He'll rape your life.
Whoa.
That's what I mean though. His hunting method is
wait.
brutal.
We're not just being hunted in the woods. We're being hunted like in our day to day.
You said hunted, not hunted in the woods.
I assumed we were in the woods.
You assumed wrong.
I don't want to be hunted by any of them.
But you're going to be.
I don't want to.
You have to choose. Dog.
Dog.
Hunt him.
I'm choosing dog. Dog
Right.
the bounty hunter.
Yeah.
And that's because I think I can shoot him.
He's probably, listen.
I think I can kill him.
I mean this in the kindest but most truthful way possible. He's probably at least partially tweaking on something pretty much constantly.
I think I can kill him.
I highly doubt he's sober. And he's on this reality show and he already feels like he's got a big swinging dick. So he thinks because he's got the cameras following him that his dick swings even more. And it doesn't. So most of his low budget reality TV team are the ones finding his bounties in the first place.
But he chases them down and he tackles them. I've actually never watched Dog the Bounty Hunter, so I don't know.
No, neither do I actually, but I have seen some reality TV and I'm very confident that's how it works.
Look, I think I didn't realize that we weren't just in the woods. I didn't realize we were just living our day to day being hunted.
Okay, but
If I'm living my day to day,
that doesn't make sense
if
though.
I'm living my day to day I'm going to choose dog
Of course.
because I think I can kill him.
Me too. All I need to do is
If
put
we're-
someone with bleached hair and huge tits in his way.
If we're in the woods, I'm choosing Jumanji Man. Because I can run away from Jumanji
Jacob,
Man.
You would die in the woods just trying to get away from him.
No, I would just run forever.
Right, but you would die because
But
you don't
see-
know anything about the
But see,
woods.
Liam Neeson from the movie Taken would catch me. Dog the Bounty Hunter would shoot up and he would catch me.
No, he wouldn't.
Oh my God, he'd be fucking methed out chasing me down. Fuck, he might even do some fucking angel dust to get me. We're in the middle of the woods. There's no cameras there. He can do anything.
You're better off with him.
No,
Yeah.
he'll sodomize me and then drown me in the river.
Oh my God.
I know, it's terrible. I don't want that.
He won't do that though.
Jumanji Man will just kill me.
Also, you're stupid for thinking that
And then he'll, like,
that
skin me.
Any of this was going to happen in the forest.
Why?
Literally every movie, every film or production they appear in has been in a cityscape. Taken takes place in a city. Jumanji, he hunts people down in a suburban, like, residential neighborhood.
But I thought woods. So,
Yeah, but I understand that's what you thought. What I'm saying is that you're
oh
stupid
my
for
God.
thinking it.
Oh my God. Stop with your horse thoughts.
Those aren't horse thoughts.
Those are horse
Those
thoughts.
are
You're a horse.
Smart.
You're
thoughts.
a horse who's having horse thoughts.
I'm having smart person thoughts and you're having dumb ones.
No. And
Yeah.
on that note, Jessica, we're going to end it. We're done here. We're done.
You know what sort of brain you have? Your thoughts?
What?
Stegosaurus thoughts. Want to know why?
I don't even know what that is.
My point exactly. It's a dinosaur.
I assumed it was
Its
a
head
dinosaur.
is bigger than a horse's, but you know how big its brain is? Smaller than a horse's.
You know a lot about horses, don't you?
I know a lot about stegosauruses.
Because they look like horses.
No, they don't actually. They look nothing like horses. You
love-
really have no idea what a stegosaurus is?
No, why would I know what a stegosaurus is?
What do you would recognize them instantly. They're so recognizable.
Yeah, Jessica, I've seen Jurassic Park. That doesn't mean I know what a stegosaurus is just by name.
What kind of childhood did you have that you felt no like wonder or
T-Rex,
awe?
raptor, pterodactyl.
And
That's it. That's all I got for you.
Gallimimus, Struthiomimus. You can't think of any other dinosaur?
No. Who else can think of any dinosaurs?
Ankylosaurus, Brachiosaurus,
Jessica.
Iguanodon.
Jessica, I don't play Jurassic Park Sims.
I knew all of these names before I played Jurassic
You're
Park.
so lame.
I love dinosaurs.
Lame.
Look, that's a Stegosaurus.
Okay, I've seen it.
Yeah, I know.
I can look at that and I know that's a dinosaur, and I've seen it in Jurassic Park.
Yeah, but that's you.
They're the chill ones. They don't kill people.
You have a fat ass and a small little brain and a big, big nose.
Okay. I don't have any of that.
Yeah,
And I don't have spikies on my back. So
that remains to be seen.
anyway.
I've never seen your back.
Shut the fuck up. If you like what you heard, please like, rate, subscribe, and share this podcast. It can be shared with anyone who loves or hates dinosaurs.
Anyone who's even heard of dinosaurs, anyone who hates dinosaurs or has never even thought about dinosaurs before.
You ever bring up Jurassic Park? Of course you have. Bring up our podcast too. Why not? You can also visit our website.
3shotsin.com. And on that website, there is a link to our PayPal, single time donation, internet tip jar. And there you can leave us, I mean, anything you want, really. Something casual, you know, 50,
Yeah.
a hundo.
Easy.
Yeah.
Maybe, you just got your direct deposit from work,
Right.
because you're a wage cuck, just like me. And you just got your direct deposit. It's awesome. Cut it in half. Give us half of it. Why not?
Sure.
PayPal. PayPal is half.
Yeah.
We're not asking for the whole thing. God, we're not greedy.
I'm not. Yeah. No.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
not what we're about. But
But
like,
what we want you to do, even more than that, is subscribe to us on Patreon. It's so cheap. $5 a month. $5 a month. That's cheaper than a subscription to Panera Bread's fucking unlimited sips.
that's like 6 cans of Campbell's chicken noodle soup.
Campbell's is like, what? I figured one can would be like 50 cents.
No, they're weirdly expensive, even though their soup is garbage.
Huh. Look at
It's
that.
because the brand is recognizable. It's like a popular brand.
I wouldn't have thought that.
Yeah. They're usually charging like 79 cents per can.
Wow. I mean, that's not expensive, you know, but
No, it's
still.
not.
For
But it's,
Campbell's?
you know,
For a little
fuck-
can? They have
yeah,
like
no.
the little cans too.
Fuck Campbell's.
Tiny little can.
That soup is not good enough to spend
skinny
79
can.
cents on. Why would you buy 6 cans of that?
Little tiny
you,
little baby can.
You could just subscribe to our Patreon.
Yeah, you could just do that instead. It's so much better, so much more worth your money.
Yeah. And you get so much more bang for your buck. We have our
Mm-hmm.
secret patron exclusive podcast, Three
That's right.
Shot Cinema,
That's
where
right.
we talk about movies.
That's right. We just recorded or just released the episode for Men.
Yes.
Was that the last one?
That was the last one we released.
Which took a long time for reasons unknown. And we're about to record.
What'd you point at?
Oh, I pointed at you, horse. We're about to record and release the episode about Barbarian.
Barbarian.
That's right. Featuring, who would have guessed it, Justin Long.
Yeah. That's actually why I brought him up.
Yeah, I assumed because you watched Barbarian. You were like, wow, I would fuck this man.
I'm not going to lie.
You would fuck. You would have to do all the
would.
fucking. He might, you know what? He might thrust.
okay.
He might give you like 5% fuck back. You know? You provide 95% of the fuck. He provides 5.
I'm okay with that.
Like when you're catching your breath, he takes over.
If he catches me in the right mood, I can handle all of it.
He also wants like a 30-minute blowjob before anything even happens.
Yeah, no, we would have to barter. That would be a
He's-
trade system.
He's up for trades, so that's fine.
Right.
Okay, well now we know. And and next week, Jessica, you have no idea what the topic is because I chose it without you.
Yeah, I have no idea what it is.
Ready?
I am.
Fashion.
Yay.
I feel like we can have a lot of fun with that.
I know I could.
Fashion.
I don't like fashion, but being
Yeah.
female, I just have a lot of knowledge.
We'll see if you can fashion a good story or not. Oh. Wow.
That was really funny.
Thank you.
That was a good one.
Thanks. Thank you all for joining and listening to me and my horse of a sister do our podcast. We love you all so much.
We do. Thank you so much for joining us. Please join us next Friday on our Instagram, 3 Shots In Podcast, where we go live every Friday at 5 right before we record a podcast episode. Can't wait to see you, and we'll see you next week.
All right. Have a good rest of your day or night, and have a good rest of your week, or have a nice weekend. Oh
my God.
Or have it. That was rude.
Time to turn you off. It's red, so it could be off already.
That's a recording light, you fucking retard.